We are on the clock now with 1 minute for the following topics. It was a rant. I should have warned you. This fall, hundreds of thousands of New Mexicans could see cuts in food assistance. That's because a temporary boost in the program once called food stamps, now known as SNAP, will expire. And more pain may be in the future for vulnerable families in the pending farm bill if that passes with billions in cuts in SNAP. Dee Dee, could cause real hardship. We've had reports here could affect up to 40% of kids in our state. This cut. What's the deal here?
Well, the facts are that I think that the House is proposing a $42 billion cut in the SNAP program. The Senate, it's only $4 billion, but that's still a lot in a state where we have the highest level of hunger for children in the United States. Right now, these cuts would mean, on average, $29 a week less for those receiving food stamps.
And that's a lot of money in this world, 29 bucks a week. Trip, please.
Well, first off, I looked at that story and I thought, okay, this is budget gamesmanship. The House is saying 40 billion. The House is four. The senator's correct. There's going to be some pain meted out. It's how much pain, because they're going to go to conference committee.
That's right.
And they're going to actually sit there and really haggle over this.
And then 20 million sounds like a savings, exactly, at some point. Laura, your thought here?
Yeah, I just think it's terrible, and I commend Congresswoman Lujan Grisham for taking a stand on this. I mean, this is going to have widespread impacts on New Mexicans, and we need to be worried about this.
And Rob, I'm going to hold you there too again. Sorry we're out of time, but in context of this, the report Wednesday for the Albuquerque Business First about the amount of people living in poverty in New Mexico's first district has risen dramatically since 2000. So this is hovering over all of this. Next story, New Mexico hosted some very well-known politicos recently in a private meeting at the Hyatt Tamaya, convened by the Koch brothers. Senator Paul Ryan was in attendance, and House Majority Leader Eric Cantor was there. Trip, your take on the confab? They were meeting with Governor Susana Martinez, and I have to imagine they weren't there to help her get along better with our state legislature. It wasn't about local issues. So what's going on here?
I read that. I was telling Rob beforehand. I read it because I live close to the Tamayan. It was totally, under the radar.
Invited.
I wasn't invited.
I couldn't get on the golf course.
Major players in the political conversation nationally, right there.
But the question is why? Why were they here?
Well, that's a really good question.
Laura, do you have a guess? What do you think?
No, but what do you think the chances are that the governor represented all of those children that are going to be suffering from the cuts in SNAP at that meeting by talking to two very powerful members of the House? I think slim to none.
Interesting.
So I think a big part of that conversation I would have loved to hear would be actually making the case for New Mexico and how we need to make sure we maintain the benefits that are coming to New Mexico from the federal government.
Absolutely.
Well, this was a political meeting on a national level.
Right.
I mean, from what Politico, the online journal said, that the Koch brothers have a semi-annual meeting twice a year. And to me, this is no different than if George Soros brought in Michael Sanchez now to, talk about national issues, or Bill Richardson.
Does this reinvigorate talk about her having aims for a different place outside of New Mexico?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The short answer is yes.
Yeah.
She said that she doesn't have any ambitions beyond New Mexico, but Republicans, especially after last November, when they got very few Hispanic votes, they want to show that we have representatives who are sympathetic to Hispanic.
That makes
issues.
sense. Got to move to the next one. The New Mexico Medical Board's proposed changes to the medical marijuana program are not sitting well with advocates. The board's new rules, which include periodic re-diagnoses and coordination with patients' other health providers, have advocates fearing it will be even harder for patients to access medical cannabis. Now, Laura, in your opinion, the changes, are they better to protect the patient, or does this actually further impede the process for folks to get some help here?
Well, I think it definitely will put up some roadblocks, some challenges that have to be overcome. I hope that the changes are well thought out, and that the patients that really need this are given a voice at the table.
Sure. Trip, your thoughts here, because there's now a relationship implied you have to have with your primary provider, and some trouble with that wording.
I think that this places some obstacles for some people to get care, and it's as we talked before, that we came on. Is this the medical board overreaching? I don't know the answer to that question, but I think the legislature is going to be talking about it.
Absolutely.
In this session.
And on that point,
I think that this is a clear overreach on the part of the medical board. There already were regulations, pretty stringent regulations in place from the Department of Health to implement this much discussed, much supported, bipartisan supported law back in 2007. This will actually make it more difficult for doctors who want to prescribe and patients who desperately need it.
I bet. I'm going to have to hold you there for the moment. Now, next subject. Former State Representative Andy Nunes is again making the switch. Although he said in 2011 he would never, 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 never become a Republican, he just joined the GOP, saying his pro-business views make him a better fit for that party. He plans to try and win his old seat back in 2014. Rob, what do you think of his chances, given the fact that it's tough to win as an independent? It's a much different deal in that part of the state. What's his chances?
I think his chances are pretty good. I don't know that district has more Democrats than Republicans on it. Of course, his name recognition will help, and also having party backing, and the fact that Governor Martinez, who went against him and actually actively campaigned against him in the last election, now says, according to Andy, she will not go against him. It doesn't necessarily mean that she'll endorse him.
I see.
We'll see.
Interesting. Laura, what do you make of this one?
I think it's a purely political move on his part. I mean, he wants to get back into the House.
Sure.
This is the way to do it. He couldn't do it on the Democrat side.
Yeah.
So I'm not really
Does
surprised.
that bedevil him, just these changes? What does that do? Do people not trust him?
Well,
what happens
I think
there?
the larger context here is a numbers game in the House.
Yeah.
So you have an R who might be able to win. You get a D put out. You're getting closer to control in the House.
Right.
So there's a larger game involved here. What did the governor? What did she say? What did McCleskey say to him?
Sure.
Who was involved in trying to get him to make this move?
Absolutely going to hold you there, Dee Dee. It's just running out of time. Big show tonight. That's all the time we have for this episode, but you can go to our website for some more on-the-clock topics. Just go to NewMexicoInFocus.org. Thank you all for your work this week. Good to see you all again. Thanks for spending this hour with us. We love hearing from you as we plan our shows. Social media is always the best way to do that. We're on Facebook and Twitter. Just search New Mexico in Focus. You can also find archived shows and juicy bonus interviews on YouTube or on NewMexicoInFocus.org. I'm Gene Grant. We'll see you next week in Focus.